I mean, the emails that she's sending you that are detailed here I'll be honest with you, they sound fine. And I won't know what telephone calls or texts have gone on, but the emails that she's replying...
They sound fine. So it sounds fine to say, your emails and text messages have got me worried, okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine? Okay. So I guess that was the desired effect.
Yep.
You have behaved like this in the past and got me worried to the point where I had to get an injunction against you. Even though it was a false injunction, I have no other alternative but to seek another injunction in order to feel safe against your odd behaviour. So my behaviour is odd, yeah? Okay? So that's what you're saying?
I don't know. I've no idea. How would I know? I know nothing about the case apart from when you walked in. There is nothing wrong at all.
Well, if I've repeatedly said to her, stop contacting me, is that within my rights?
Right. So
yes, in all of these emails, I've repeatedly said, stop emailing me, stop contacting me. She's repeatedly phoned me, repeatedly contacted me. I've said, leave me alone until we go to court.
Okay. You're texting her big, long emails. What is this about a disc you sent her?
The court ordered me to send a DVD of her assaulting my children and assaulting me.
Right, so she sent a reply to a disc that she's received from you.
You admitting to assaulting my daughter, one of those, where she's tried to strangle my daughter in 2005.
Right. Again, I've had trouble listening to your calls. I'm not... You have to bear in mind, I do not know anything about this case. For all I know, she's lying everything. For all I know, you're lying about it.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
What you're showing
but listen to me, because I know there is a bit of a problem here. If you look at what the actual email is, right? She emailed her solicitor, yeah, and she emailed the court.
So which one are we looking at now?
Right, we're looking at the 29th of January 2010, which is, I don't know, about page 3. So if you could just certainly speak. Sorry, that one, I think. Probably.
Right, this one here.
Right.
I was not able to play the mini CD, the one that starts that, yeah?
Yeah, so she wasn't able to play the mini CD, but it continues on Thursday evening on either of my DVD players. This morning I had to seek assistance from the head of IT, she was a teacher, and the IT technician with the AMR files on the disc, because they were recorded with my mobile phone.
Right.
After much running around, I was finally able to listen to part of the recordings as I only got it on a normal disc at 1 p.m. I'm conscious of the deadline because the judge has given her a deadline to listen to because her solicitor tried to get the recordings thrown out, made inadmissible in court. But I actually defended that and got it made admissible. So I had to stop listening and comment on what I've heard so far. Now, she goes through a list of some of the recordings. Each of these recordings, my kids are screaming and she's attacking them, yeah? So, but regardless of whatever, the thing is, it says, I agree with recording, refuse to brush teeth, okay? I agree with recording. They're all just sort of given certain names and dates. But if you look at the one that says, under page 9, do not agree with R strangles K. Now, underneath that it says, agree with R, which is Romany, strangles K, which is Kirsten, my daughter, on the 3rd of November 05. Immediately after that, I rang a solicitor. I tried to get I was going to get a court injunction. They were going to get an emergency court injunction, get her removed from the house. My father died the next day. So I had to come back to London. I was living in Liverpool at the time. I had to come back to London, arrange his funeral. That's the only reason she's even got any contact with the children as it is at the moment. Right. But the thing is, the recordings are also of her assaulting me, yeah? And she also threatens me and says that I can call the police and make up whatever I want because you're a nigger. She calls me a effing Jamaican on one of the recordings. She's generally abusive towards me and threatens to stab me. But I've said this before. But I've said this, I've come here with all the evidence previously when I came last time in July. Now, whoever was doing your job before said that the police officer who would contact me would take all this evidence off me. So far, only the judges had any interest in it. You know, for whatever reason, if you're not a nigger in this world, then you can go around and do whatever you like to black people.
Well, I have no idea where that's come from.
Well, I do know where it's come from. That's why I made a complaint to the IPCC. And that's why I work for the Voice newspaper and no other newspaper.
Well, you work for whoever you want. That is still by the by. I am...
Well, I shouldn't have to put up with this. I shouldn't have to put up with this.
Right. I don't disagree with you at all. But I'm trying to put on a report on with what you're showing me here.
Well, I've repeatedly asked her to stop contacting me, to stop phoning me. You know, if you want, I'll play something from my mobile phone. You can listen to her being abusive to me.
So, and how old are these recordings you've got on your mobile phone? Are they?
Well, they stretch from 2005 to the present.
Right. I think what I shall do, because this is all brought around this 2009 harassment case that you first came in, the first one. Not the two that she made when you came in. So let me see if I can talk to.
I mean, I'm not saying people aren't within their rights to go to the police and make a report, but please make it genuine, you know, because obviously it causes problems to other people if it's not a genuine report. If I was to come in here and make a false police report, even if I said I lost my mobile phone and you found I didn't lose my mobile phone, it was actually sitting in my pocket, then I would get arrested.
I tried to make sure the vehicle parked the road on fire. It's not leaked for any reason. Well, there's the pedal side to this. I don't know whether the fire is or parking road. Yeah, it's just right outside of McDonald's. Can't see damage on the vehicle. It's been shooting at me. Yeah, I'm guessing they're not. The delay is put in draft with road
And what has Natalie Carleen Harper said to you, or you not heard from her? Really?
Oh, I said to you, I have heard from her. She sent a reply saying that that they feel that DC Flemings did the right thing when I made the report last year, and so that was her final decision. And I had the right to appeal to her and to the IPCC, so I have appealed to her and the IPCC. And I've also now contacted television stations, and it's going to also go in the newspaper.
Right, again, all of that is fine. That's not what I'm trying to get on here, which from the emails, there is nothing on here that is...
Right, if you feel there's nothing, give it back to me, because I've wasted my time. I've recorded our meeting, just so you know. If you feel there's nothing on the emails when I've repeatedly asked her not to contact me, and you don't want to take a police report, that's fine.
I'm not saying I don't want to take a police report.
That's what you're saying. You said there's nothing.
I'm not.
Well, you're suggesting that I'm making a false police report.
I'm not suggesting you're making a false report at all.
You are. You are.
Okay, you can keep recording, that's fine. Should have told me you recorded it, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I had to use play this anyway. I've said on the emails that you've shown me, she has not said anything, threatened you with anything. She has replied to
She has threatened
email.
to go to the police and make a false police report against me. Well, you can't see. No. So it says, hold on, so she says here, I had to get an injunction against you. I have no alternative but to seek another injunction in order to feel safe against your odd behaviour. What she did last time, my odd behaviour, was that she came to my house and attacked me, my odd behaviour. So I told her not to contact me. I called her back when she kept on calling me and said to her, I'm recording this call. If you call me again, I will go to the police. So what did she do? She didn't call me again. She got a brother from Australia to call me. She then went to the police and made 2 false police reports against me. This is what she's suggesting. That's how she got the injunction last time. This is what she's suggesting that she's going to do again.
Right.
Okay?
Now, none of what you've just told me is mentioned in that paragraph, is it?
Well, no. Listen to me for a minute.
Of course.
Listen to me for a minute. I've explained it to you, and I will go through it again because there seems to be a communication problem.
Listen, I'm looking for
there is a communication problem. There is a communication problem. In order to get a court injunction last time, she made 2 false police reports. She then used the printout from the police reports, the false police reports, and signed a statement saying that Mr. Perkins called me on the 6th of March, yeah, and threatened to kill me and my children. She then said that on the 11th of March that I broke into her house and told this to the judge. On that basis, she was granted a court injunction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was rescinded.
Which cost me £25,000 to get rescinded. Yeah. to get rescinded and cost me a lot of lost income from taking time off work to prove that she's lying. That's harassment. She's threatening to harass me again further because the last time it was harassment. You've done nothing about it. You've even admitted to me on this recording I've got here that it was clearly a false police report. You've even admitted to me.
I said it.
All right. Well, we can play it back. We can play it back, and I can send it to Natalie. I'll send it to Natalie.
People say that I read the line that was on the police report, which she said she could not account. She couldn't give a reason why you would have done it, which she's then gone on later to admit in court, according to you. So that injunction was rescinded. Yeah?
Yeah.
So that's been in now. Since then, I'm looking for a new offence.
All right, if you feel there's no, so if you think repeatedly calling someone and text and emailing them when they've asked you to stop doing it is harassment.
You are sending her pages of email.
Well, because she won't leave me alone, so I've said to her, do not text me. I do not text you other than to ask you to stop texting me.
Right.
Yeah? And she doesn't seem to get the point, so I've explained to her what I'm doing next and that I will not be replying to her contact.
Have you sought an injunction against her through the...
There was a court injunction last year against her to prevent her from coming to my house because of the statement from my neighbour that she'd come to my house and attacked me.
Right. So that was dealt with?
That was dealt with at court at the time.
Right. So that's been dealt with. Then since then, has that injunction run out?
That injunction has run out.
Right. Have you got another one?
No, I intend to go to court on Monday, and that's why one of the reasons I'm making a police report. And if you're not prepared to take a police report, then I will go to court and I will explain to the judge. If you feel that you're struggling, I will leave now. I will leave now. I will leave now, and I'll play the recording to the judge, and I'll play it to the IPCC, and I'll explain to them that you don't take police reports from niggers. Don't waste your time. They don't talk to black people.